What's up, everybody? Welcome to Up Chef Chops. Alright, I'm a little nervy about this. If you've watched anything I've done, that's no surprise. I'm always uptight about stuff I haven't done before. My connecting rod is still connected below. My cylinder is there. And my brand spanking new piston is there. I don't know if I should try to suspend the cylinder and slide the piston down and through, and then have the bottom hang out, connect it up, and then slide the cylinder on, or if I should put the piston on and then slide the cylinder down over the top of it. I don't know. Alright, old piston meets new piston. Gotta be a joke in there somewhere. Get some light on this. Alright, I'll zero out my mic. I'm gonna go right where the wrist pin holes goes through. 67 millimeters. New piston. Brought row. Nope, that went this way. Okay. It's hitting. I wonder if that's the height. All the way to the top of the dome and the bottom. This is, I mean, as precise as I can get, but it ought to tell me if something's way wrong. Okay, shows the old one is a little taller, but I've got some build up there. Alright, the inside is 17.1-ish on the old piston. It's about the same on the new. I think we got a winner. Now I have to go get YouTube certified on how to hone a cylinder and I guess put this thing back together. I've now watched 2 videos on how to hone a cylinder. So I'm ready to do it, I guess. One fellow I watched was in a motorcycle shop. He had a British accent and he was not drinking beer. He seemed pretty smart, I guess I'm saying. And the other fellow looked like he'd done it a bunch of times too. We'll give her a go. Worst I can do is screw it up. Alright. So the dudes I watched said give it a shot of WD-40 or equivalent. Said give the hone a good shot as well. So give it a squeeze. Slide it in. Be square in the bore. Said keep moving smoothly. Did that. Went a little bit heavier oil, but I am making a mess. Ah! And then they went at it again. As explained to me, you should be able to see some cross hatching. I see some. I think we've accomplished what we wanted to. The next thing they did, give her another little shot of brake clean and air. Took a clean rag. That was so close. Almost lost this guy. That'd have been super sad. Maybe I'll run them all down just a little bit farther. Like I said, clean rag. Wipe it out. I think we'll give it one more little snort of brake clean. All right. It's pretty good to me. I did what the other guys did. Close my 3-in-1 oil. And comes out clean. Get a little shot of Croil. Just a little lube in there. I just honed a cylinder for the first time. I do not know if this is correct, but I'm putting my piston ring gaps on opposite ends. I know you stagger them in 4-stroke engines. I don't know how it is on 2-strokes. I've got to use my knife blade here. Make me a little hole. Maybe I'll just cut it. Alright. I want to slick this thing up a little bit. Alright. It is reasonably slick. Slide the bottom end out of the way. Put the front facing that way. I'm also going to put a little lube right down the old yap. might help me out. Except the part where my fingers are all slick and I can't hang on to anything. Alright. Ring gaps are opposite. That's the front. Slide my ring compressor over. I secretly wanted one of these since I was a child. Well, wouldn't you know it, I walk away, come back in, don't turn the camera on, and I've got both rings seated. Now all I gotta do is get this compressor get it off, is what I'm saying. This is beyond aggravating. Alright. So just, I hope it don't blow up in my face. There we go. Alright, let me get you in here. The rings are inside. I should just be able to, you know, slide it on in. So I'm not sure I'm going to make all this happen. Sorry about the light. All at one time, like a little circus going on, but I guess we'll try. Cut my zip tie off. Try not to cut myself. Alright. This bearing seemed a little sloppy in the hole. The rollers are a little stiff, the needles. Take a look at this one. Okay, they are also a little stiff. They're the same width. Appears to be the same circumference and diameter. I see no markings as to which way it should go. So I'm going to lube her up and slide it in. I don't know how much is too much, but I guess maybe too much is just enough. I don't want to first fire this thing and have it spinning too long without some lubrication. That is definitely less sloppy than the old bearing. Check that out. Well, I shouldn't have done that yet. This seems to be in really good condition. Light wear marks, but nothing scary. Now, I've got a... This is going to be a circus act. Okay, like I said, I don't know if this is right, but it's working so far. I battle this. Okay. I'm going to try something. I don't know if it'll work once again, but gonna get the new wrist pin clips, piston pin clips. Let's see if I can get them seated up now on this side, and then shove the pin back towards me. That's hard to see. Alright, I am too deep. And now I'm way not deep enough. Part of it feels like it's in. I really don't want to screw this up. There it goes. Got it. Check this out. Get you some light. Right in that groove. I want to shove the wrist pin back, do the same thing, and then hopefully slide the cylinder down and on the studs. Just took a little wiggle. Now I'm going to have to spin it so I can see it. See it. With a little more light, maybe we can all see it. Alright, I can see my groove. Give it a little pinch. Slide the bottom in, and it went cockeyed on me. Ow! The pliers bit me. Well, okay, give it a little push. Should. It appears I'm locked in. So now, slide you back a little. I reckon I should be able to slide the cylinder down onto the studs. Oh no! No, no, no! I forgot my base gasket! After much anguish and anger, the first time was a good practice. Alright, no worse for wear. 2 clips, slide the pin out. Now I gotta find my gasket. As discussed in previous videos, those ports are covered by gasket. It looks correct. Now I can proceed. Alright, starting to look like an engine and not a pile of scrap metal. I'm seated all the way down. There's a better shot. Put these right here, so I don't forget to put them in there. I'm going to take these nuts and washers off. Go ahead and slide the new gasket on. The old and the new. I gotta figure out which way is which. I'll slide it right back on there. I'm going to wipe it off. I'm going to take my Sharpie. I'll mark a T for top. I'll mark it twice actually. Then I can compare the 2 gaskets. Make sure the new one is orientated the correct way. Okay, Super Sleuth. I think I figured it out. New gasket. Old gasket. It's marked top. There's not much ridge right there. Flip it over, I see a defined, what used to be indention in the copper. Just like this indention. So, this indention goes down. That should be the correct orientation. Blow it off. Please fit. Okay, I freaked out once earlier because there we go. Don't freak out. No freakouts. There we go. Now, because I am the way that I am, I'm going to keep this gasket for no reason because it's not reusable, I'm certain. I'm going to keep this because it's not reusable, I'm certain. But at least I'll have exactly what came out of it in the parts pile. Right there. And take the old piston. It actually appears serviceable. But like I said, I couldn't get the new wrist pins like Rin Tin Tin, Wickety Whack. So it came with the kit. Might as well put the new piston in. Old piston goes in the parts pile. This box is just pretty cool. I'm going to leave it in the parts pile for now. Maybe someone on eBay wants a cool little box. I don't know. Alright, I have done this before, but I didn't get new clutch plates. I was just using the ones that were in there. I thought better of it after I took it apart again, and I'm going to go ahead and put new friction plates in. After review of my manual, it's a good thing I decided to take this apart. The manual says that the metal clutch plate is supposed to go in first then the friction plates. This was exactly backwards. What's up? I'm back. I cleaned up the metal clutch plates. I did some research. It said the thickest plate should go on first. Mine are all 1.2 to 1.3 millimeters, so it doesn't matter. These arrows, if I understood right, are supposed to match up with this bump, and then when you put them in, you rotate them each one. I think it's a balance thing. So let's snag this back together. Say it ain't so. They don't fit. And well, they sure look like they should. Don't they? Let's try again. Okay. Okay, I freaked out for nothing. I don't know if I have one extra friction plate, or maybe I done something wrong. Let's check again. I have more metal rings I could steal out of another pile to make it look like the diagrams. I don't have any way of knowing what's right because everything had been monkeyed with before I got to it for this specific one. I think I'm going to steal a couple rings and clean them up, put it together, and see if it works. That's the only thing I know to do. There it is. Took them out of my spare parts pile. I added 2 metal plates. Sits inside of my basket, just barely, but it does. So we're gonna go with it. If it's too tight, clutch don't work, we'll know to start looking there. If I was fancy, I'd go woo, 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 woo. But I am not fancy. The manual says to snug these. It doesn't give an exact torque spec. It just says snug. And it says don't over tighten them, because if you break a bolt, you're super screwed. It doesn't say super screwed, but it says it without those exact words. Just to show and prove what snug is, that's it. Like, I'll reverse it. That's what it was, broke loose right there. I got my 1/4-inch drive held by the head. It stopped and bumped. Good enough, at least for me. It appears 15 to 20 torque, foot-pounds of torque is adequate for these. I start in the middle and work my way out towards the ends. I'm not actually going to get the torque wrench out and torque these. A torque spec of 15 to 20 pounds means not way too much. So snug them, give her a little extra. If it leaks, tighten it up just a hair more. But by the way, the book didn't actually say, the manual didn't say, start here and work out, that I could tell. But it's kind of typical, at least what I have found, for setups like this, like an oil pan gasket, which would be, you know, this flipped this way. That would be the way you tighten those. Transmission pans the same way. It might have said in there, but that ought to do her. So the right foot side should be pretty well buttoned up. I'll have to re-bleed the auto lube, put the throttle cable back up, plumb the lines back in, put the cover on, but I'm not going to do that till it's in the bike. I hate not finishing what I start when I start it. This is probably going to be it for this video. Gonna dog it off. I made progress. That's good. I'm going to have a lot of editing to do to get this to YouTube internet land. I'm getting tired. It's getting late. I think that may be it for this one. You never know. I say that every time, and then Sunday afternoon rolls around, I'm bored. I come back out here and work a little bit longer. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you like it. If you do, hit the buttons, do the things, subscribe, make a comment. I like replying to comments, constructive criticisms, whatever the case may be. I'm learning while you guys are watching me, so keep that in mind. Thanks.